In 2025, Notion released a bunch of updates and it's very easy to miss them. They even released some at the end of the year. So in this video I will present you the last 9 updates of 2025. For those who don't know me, my name is Leon and I'm verified by Notion with all of the 3 badges and the admin certificate, and here are the latest Notion updates. By the way, if you don't want to miss videos like this, leave a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. The first update is that the Notion button now got a little fun update. Now you can add confetti to the buttons. So if you click the button, you get this sort of confetti effect. You just click on the 6 dots and then you select click effect and change this to confetti. And if you now click this button, you also get this confetti effect. I think that's just a cool little update. I didn't need it, to be honest, but it's kind of cool just for a quick little dopamine hit. If you, for example, click an important button, you see this confetti. It's like a short celebration. The second Notion update is that now if you have a name that has a sort of accent in it, you can just search for it without the accent and Notion will still find the name mentioned. So we have this name, in this case Leon, with an accent over the E, and what I can now do is I can press Command F and search for Leon, and it will still find the name with the accent. I think that's just a tiny quality of life update, because if you don't know how to write this E on the keyboard, you can just look for it without the accent. The third update is that now Gemini 3 Pro and ChatGPT 5.2 are available in Notion. So as you can see down here, I have Auto, so Notion decides for me. I have the Claude models, Sonnet 4.5 and Opus 4.5. Then I have Gemini 3 Pro as well as ChatGPT 5.2. So now I have the latest models of every provider. In this case, ChatGPT from OpenAI, Gemini from Google, and Claude from Anthropic. I have to say I usually go with Gemini 3 Pro because I experimented with all of them, and for me the output I get from Gemini is the best. The fourth update is that now in the view section there is a new agent prompt window. So you don't have to go down here and then select which database you want to use and then describe everything. You can just go in your database. I already prepared this here, so we have a ticket database with a name, priority, issue, and a solved property. And here you could add a view and then describe the view. I already added the view here that we want to build, in this case a list view where only the priority is visible. So let's move over to the right side. And let's build this here. Just click on the plus and describe the view. In this case, I say create me a list view with only the priority as a visible property. And now I can send this off. And now the Notion agent starts working and I will be back when everything is finished. Now the agent is finished and we can see a new view got added. Let's drag this over and see. Now we have our list view and the only property visible is our priority property. So everything works as intended. The fifth update is that the Notion agent can now also create forms. And we saw that in our previous chapter. Here we have described a view and everything from here is possible. Before that, only these views here were possible, but now also forms are possible. So now you can create a form from here, or if you create a new database from scratch, you can prompt the agent to also include a form and there describe how the form should look like. Now let me show you what we want to build. In this chapter, we want to build this intake form called tickets with a priority question and a issue question. So now back here, we can click on plus and say, create me a form called tickets with the issue as a question and the priority as a question. And same here, I will be right back when everything is completed. And now you can see we got our tickets form. I don't know why it didn't add the title tickets, but we have our issue question and our priority question. In this case, the order is different because I said first create the issue question and then the priority, but you can drag this around or prompt it the other way around. The 7th update is that Notion charts now got reference lines. So as you can see over here in this chart, I have one ticket that is high priority and one that is medium priority. And over there, this reference line called max, which indicates that this is the maximum number of tickets I want to be active. So I could have 2 in high, 2 in medium, and 2 in low, or I could, for example, filter this to only show me high tickets and then set this to 4. It's up to you how you want to incorporate this. This is just an example in which I set this to 2 tickets max. Now let's go to the right side, build this ourselves. I already prepared the chart. So now we can go into settings, click on reference line, click on add reference line. In this case, let's go with 2. Let's call this max. And here you can go for solid or you can go for dash. As well, you can change the color. In this case, I want to go for red. So now this looks exactly as the chart that we had on the left side. So 2 max is our reference line. And I think for this feature, there are some really handy use cases, like for example, have a maximum number of tickets for a person or projects or tasks or whatever. The 7th update is that now highlighted text appears as context in the agent window. Before we continue, just a quick disclaimer. You can get this site, so this start site, in the description down below for absolutely free. If you want to have the full material, there is also a link in the description down below where you sign up to my newsletter and then I will email you the whole material. But now back to the video. So what we want to do is we have this text where there are a lot of spelling mistakes. So we can open this agent window here. Let me disable this for now. And if I click on the 6 dots here, you can see it already got added to my context. So now the agent knows that everything I prompt in here, I want to be applied to this text. I can say fix spelling and grammar mistakes. And now you can see the agent updated my paragraph and everything is now correct. So no spelling mistakes left. By the way, one thing to keep in mind is if I just select text in here and then say ask the AI, at least I think this, correct me if I'm wrong, you can make changes to only this selected text. And this is the normal Notion AI, in this case, proofreading or improve writing or correcting grammar. If you click on the 6 dots, the Notion agent will do the correction for you. And one last thing, if you have a full page of text and then you want an AI to proofread it and improve spelling. In this case, click on the 6 dots and let the agent do it. But if you just have a sentence, then you can just select it and say improve writing or ask the AI. It's way faster than if you do it for the agent. The agent takes way longer for this text than just selecting it and let the normal AI improve it. The 8th update is that you can now change the icon of pages from linked databases in Notion Calendar. So now you don't have to move to Notion to change the icon of a page. You can just, for example, select this and here change the icon to another color. So now my page has a blue check mark. I can also change it to a white check mark, and everything from the Notion calendar. The only thing that does not work is in Notion I can see my recently used icons. This is not possible here. The ninth update is also a Notion calendar update, and it is that you can now collapse all the sidebars. Before that, we could easily collapse the left sidebar, and now we can also do the same thing for the right one. So we have our full page available for the days, for the content, and we can expand and collapse this side as well as expand and collapse this side. So now you're up to date with all the updates. One thing that I mentioned is that the Notion agent can now create forms. If you want to dive deeper into this topic, watch this video over here. Stay consistent. See you next.